Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another live stream, another Monday live stream with me, Shane Olson. How you doing? Today, I thought I would model this awesome little goat. And please let me know if you can hear me, and if the video is okay. So let's see here. Yeah, it says I'm Ryan again, but that's okay. Oh, goodness. There now. All right. Hey, Neil. Awesome. How's it look? Does it look okay? Doing my sharing. You know how it goes. All right. Hey, what's up, Mark? All right. So I love this little guy, but you guys don't see me make characters with fur too much or too often. So I thought I'd do that so you can see how I approach it. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, but we'll see. All right. So let's get rocking. See how fast we can get the fans going in my laptop. That reminds me. One second, I'll be right back. I just need to get something to prop my laptop up on. One sec. Okay. Sorry about that if that was noisy in your ears. Okay, that's better. Let's see. Is that okay? All right. Otherwise, my laptop will overheat and then the stream will stop soon. Okay. Hey, what's up, Jace? Yeah, I love Mark's work because it reminds me of like the old Bullwinkle, like Rocky Bullwinkle cartoons, and you know, yeah, it's so good. Okay. So it always comes down to this point where I'm like, okay, do I start blocking out the body? Do I start blocking out the head? What's first? Are you doing one of his concepts as well? Nice. And usually I'll go for the head. Go for the head. I'm gonna go for the head. Okay. My insert multi-mesh brush here. And the first sphere will be his little cranium here, and the second one I want to be his giant muzzle. So, and yes, I'm still getting used to these hotkeys on my Mac. I'm still not used to them yet. Slow going, nice. Yeah, slow is better than, I guess quality is better than quantity in most cases. So I wouldn't worry about that too much, you know. I love this mouth on this guy. It's like, it just looks like he's tired. You know, like he's chewing on something. He's just tired. Hey, that's good though. That's good. I should really use the keys down on my tablet. Hey, what's up, Cricket? Yeah, for sure. He's just like, you know what? I'm just done. Don't talk to me. Okay. So there's these two. And then do another one higher res. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. just chewing the same grass every single day. What he looks like he's bored of life. You know what? I'm going to use this new move infinite depth. Oops. I like infinite depth because it shoots all the way through. And then I know that when I'm moving these things, it's not going to leave some weird valley in there, you know? So I think it's my new favorite brush next to move. You know, Toxian, I'm actually the weight I should be at for my height right now. Believe it or not. It's funny in a world of, because I used to be quite heavy, if you can recall, in a world of you know, where most of the population is overweight or more. I seem too skinny, but this is actually the weight I'm supposed to be. Kind of strange to me too. We'll get that neck in there and see how far that's supposed to be. I promise you I'm not malnourished, if that's what you're worried about. Okay. And these legs, let's get these legs in there. Go my fans, I was waiting for that. That's too fast. Too fast of smoothing. I did. She was over the moon about it. Yeah, she loved it. I can't wait to get back to my 3D printers. Print it again. I know, Oscar, it says I'm Ryan again. I don't know why. Somebody must be missing their slot. Like their time slot is all I can figure. Like over the weekend, somebody didn't stream when they should have. Naughty, naughty. Naughty, naughty. Which moves everybody's time slot around, right? Carolina's name, yeah. I don't mind being Ryan. Yeah, it's my celebrity name, right? Too funny. Have I, Lucas? I'll need to talk to Kyle about that. That's good to know. That's weird. Thanks for telling me, though. Wonder if I made somebody mad. Maybe Pixologic's like, take him off the calendar. I really want these legs to bow in. Love the way your characters look. Thank you so much. If I'm not wrong, you did some work for Disney Infinity. Yeah, I was actually the character department head at the very end of Disney Infinity there. So yes, I modeled several of their characters. Have I ever modeled a Gundam? I have not. Oops, what do I want to do? Come on. Sorry, half my speed is due to not memorizing these hotkeys yet on a Mac. Pull these in even more. He's like super bow-legged because it's funny. Funny wins. Thanks, Neil. Yeah, you can follow that link to see my characters. Big shout out to Neil. He's my living streaming bot. He's a real person. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Neil. Coming in hot with the links. Okay. See this little skinny whatever? It came from my mirror and weld, and it's really easy to fix. So from the front, looking at the front of the character, when you hit mirror and weld, it mirrors from screen left to screen right. So looking at the back of the character, it's going to mirror the opposite from right to left. So I need to turn symmetry off momentarily. Let's just isolate this guy. Turn off symmetry, and then I can drag the offending. I need to turn those notifications off. The offending points across the center line. You can turn the floor on, so you can kind of see where you're at there. Keep hitting caps lock. There we go. So if I just nudge these over, it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to be not in the middle. And there's some more down here. Doesn't take much, a little bit. And I think that's it. Okay, then we could do a mirror and weld. Boom. Oh, can't be done when everything's hidden. Do it again. There we go. See, clean it right up. Now we could turn symmetry back on and smooth these guys out, even them up. And we are back on track. Hey there. Your name is Black. Why is it black? I can't see it. Yeah, Ibram, I know. It's not, I'm not Ryan. Again, not Ryan. Okay. I'm Shane, by the way, if you don't know who I am. Wicked Motion, thank you. Snap. No. Gotta reset this gizmo. There we go. That's better. I thought I'd seen you before. But thanks for joining us. Okay, I'm trying to think of if I want to do this. I don't think I do. I think instead I want to stretch that sphere into that sphere. So I'm going to undo that. And do this instead. Use our good old move infinite. Just try that shape. Yeah, I'm liking that cleanliness better. You don't always have to use a whole bunch of insert multi-meshes, you know? I feel like his head is probably still too far away from his body, but we'll see. Okay, and I want to run ZRemesher on these pieces, but after I get the neck in place. Come on. I honestly wish that it would just default to world space unless you wanted it otherwise. Oh, man, I have trouble with me with questions. Sorry, you shouldn't be sad. I honestly, I have so many students to deal with and so many people. And my brain does not keep names very well in my head. So I apologize for that. You shouldn't be sad. It's me, not you. How's that? I'm a visual person. If I see your work or your name, I remember it a lot more. Or sorry, if I see your work or your face in person, then I remember a lot more, a lot better than if names, not so much. Setting in a broken link. Yeah, I've been going for 20 minutes, I guess. Thanks, Neil. Tilted. And this desk is too high for me. I should sit on a pillow like a kid. No wonder, there's only 84 people in here. Usually I have like 200 plus. So either I'm not entertaining enough. No worries, no worries. I'm just saying that I was just telling you why I forgot your name. You know, so I apologize. Hey James, doing good. Thank you. A little closer together. Legs are probably too long. Okay, let's see remesh this puppy. I think I can just use maybe a 3. Not good. Okay. Forgot to hit keep groups. Yeah, not bad, not bad. That'll have to do. Okay. Yeah, she was actually. The link was dead. So where did you get that link from? Like where, like on Facebook or, well, I guess on YouTube, yeah? You're on YouTube? Yeah, she actually really loved it. Okay. That's weird. Wider, so I can these horns on here and the ears. Oh, sorry. Yep, I'm still on the road. Let's see. You finished the bus course, awesome, and you posted in the forum. Okay, cool. I'll have to check it out. Just waiting people to come here. Okay. Huh. Thank you. Yo, it kept saying upcoming. That's so weird. Yeah, because on my end, I don't really have anything to do with it. I just hit stream and it should be pushed to the proper channels, right? So, see. Where is the adjust last stroke located? I can't find it unless I reset the UI. I can't because I have my own from the last version. If you need to find out where it is, I don't know it by heart yet because I haven't used it too much yet, but you can hold control. Here, I'll just show you. You can hold, like on any user interface element, you can hold down Command or Alt, I think. Yeah, Command, Control, or Alt, actually, all of them. And it will show you a little detailed blurb about it. And then if you notice at the very bottom, it says button path. Okay, and it'll tell you exactly where to find it. That way you can go find where it lives in these menus and then bring it up to your user interface, or you can go find it. Does that make sense? So like any of these, see it says button path, all of these. So if there's something strange, like, I don't know, like this thing, it'll show you the button path. Yeah, you can find it. You can find it. Okay. Sorry, if you can excuse me for just 1 second, I'm just gonna grab a pillow and my drink of water. I forgot it, so I'm gonna be right back. 1 sec. still in your view. Gotta be careful with these earbuds. Okay, sorry if I hurt your ears moving my earbuds around. Okay. All right, that's better. I'm a little higher and I'm not stretching my arms up like a little kid sitting at a table, you know? Oh gosh. Okay, so let's see. Here's bump. Also got to figure out how to do this mouth and tuck it up underneath and get it working good. Pretty sure if you hold Alt and click, it brings you to where the button is. Oh, really? Huh. I don't know. I look really tall. Am I out of the picture? Should I push this back a little bit? All of a sudden I grew. I'm not watching myself. Unlike my other setup at home, I can see myself, so I know like the layout, but here it's behind my ZBrush, so I don't know what I look like. Unless I hop over there and then you see that weird mirroring thing on OBS. So, okay. All right, taking up too much time. Here we go. Let's get these big old horns in here. And decide how I want to do them. I'll just do appendage brushes like I usually do. You drag them out and push in, it'll be long. I can just turn this down. Yeah. I have no idea what you said. Step no. Sorry. Let's see. Oops, split. Nope. Gosh dang. Off. Notifications. Okay, there we go. Do not disturb. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear that? Sorry, you didn't hear that. Okay. Move infinite with AccuCurve on is great for getting pointy points. No way it's doing that. There we go. Okay, let's bend them. Time to bend. You know what that means. The bendy trick. Hey Charles, it's going well, thanks. How's yours? So, the bendy trick, if you haven't seen it before, if you're new around here, I do it all the time when I need to bend something. Or I just mess it up. Is you take the transpose line and you can get to that by just hitting this button right here when you're in gizmo mode, and then you can just drag your transpose line down the length of whatever it is you want to bend. I usually go past the endpoints because this works like a bell curve. And then you can hit W to make sure you're on move. With the gizmo, it doesn't matter, but with the transpose line, it does. So W, like you're in Maya. And then you hold down, hold down Option or Alt, depending on if you're in a Mac or PC. And then you can bend it. See, lots of fun. That. Okay. Now it's bent. Now I can rotate it from here if I want to. I hit R, rotate it down. Not the best bend, I need to fix it, but it's a start. Much better than it was before. You go back to the gizmo, move it around. These two kind of come out slightly. Yeah, Charles. James, well, when I'm not explaining it, it goes much faster. I just grab it, do it, it's done. And that's just what I'm used to. I'm just used to using that transpose line because I used it for years and years, and I just enjoy the control of just a quick bend. So that's why. But there's nothing wrong at all with those deformers. If that's your preference, use those. That's the thing with ZBrush. There's usually 5 ways to do one thing, right? Which is awesome because then you can just pick your favorite, or you can even pick your favorite for the task at hand and choose that, which is a beautiful thing. But the hard thing for me is it kind of makes it difficult to teach, right? If there's 5 ways to do things, people think if I show them one way, then that's the only way, and that's simply not true. It's just the way, you know, one of the ways. So, so it kind of makes it, you know, I got to show multiple ways, and then as soon as I show my students multiple ways, they go, well, what way should I use? And that's like, I don't know, pick one that you like and use it. Hey, what's up, Ashley? How you doing? I know. I'm Ryan today. Does that happen to you much, Ashley? Ashley's another streamer on here. She does awesome, amazing stuff. Use all 5 ways at once. All the ways. And A-Cubed, I love your the picture you posted recently. I love the lighting and your pose and stuff. It's cool. Oh, you can change it for me? Yay! Oh, it's just so I don't know what happens, but it's just if somebody skips their streaming, right? It'll just push the person who's supposed to have that title forward to the next person. So Ryan went this morning, and it's supposed to be me, and then whoever streams after me, I think it's Pablo, he'll probably be listed as me, right? So I don't know if you can like slide the slots back or like subtract one or something. I don't know how that works. I've never done it, but it's just you can even just put my name and say I want to say sculpting for fun and profit, but sure, if you want to. Yeah, if that would be awesome. Thank you so much. Just say Shane Olson, maybe sculpting stylized characters, something. Thank you. Okay. You're the best. Fine. I wanted to see Ryan, but you'll do. I'm just teasing. Oh, Ryan's awesome. And I have to pitch, I have to give a shout out to Ryan because he's a fairly new streamer on here, but he's got these amazing ZBrush tools called Ryan's tools that there's a lot of like quality of life changing little tools that just help you out a lot. Awesome, perfect, thank you. Oh, that's hilarious. Don't come here expecting anybody else, because you're not going to get it. Yep, you can download those too. So Ryan's tools, maybe Neil can provide a link to those, but he's got a free version and a pro version. I suggest, if you want, try out the free version for a while, see if you like it, and if you do, throw the guy some love and you know, support him with the pro version. It's very affordable. So that's my recommendation. It's awesome. They're great. Thanks, Neil. There you go. The link works on Twitch anyway. Do I see the world in blockout mode? You know I do. You know I do. All I can see is blockouts. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a car, a building. How would I block that out? How's the next challenge coming along? Been able to go back to 1.5 under detailing cats with Kate's face. Oh, so I haven't sent out an email yet. This is probably too much information for people here watching, but I'm probably going to take a little break on the challenges for a minute until I can get them sorted, the next ones. So there's a good possibility I'll just do a regular old Q&A because it's been a while since I've done one of those. So look for that instead. So you have some time. And I'm also working on straightening out and organizing the 2.0 and what that means. So, and that's almost done. All right. Hey Herms, how's it going? I'm probably going to keep this head separated at the neck so I can do this fur. So yes, Neil is helping me out with that. And thank you for that, Neil. I agree. It's I'm pretty proud of it. Mainly because you'll be able to find all the stuff. Right now, I feel like there are things that you can't necessarily or are difficult to find. So that was my main goal, is just to make everything super accessible. Okay. let me see here. Mouth. I think I'm just going to brute force this mouth. But in order to do that, break this one off. Right? Right? Everybody thinks it's some magical brush or some trick or something. Like, no, just do it. Just do it. Okay. I mean, there's all these, I could extrude it, I could, again, there's so many ways to do it. But how would you do it with real clay? You wouldn't have some trick or something. You just grab your fingers and make a mouth, right? Would love to see use of software where we can see the shortcuts. Honestly, Wicked Motion, I don't use shortcuts. I don't. I use Control, Option, Alt or Command, and Shift. Those are my main shortcuts. And that's just navigating in ZBrush. The only other shortcut I use is S for my brush size. And then I use the number 2, which is tied to my button on my pen, which is my magic menu. This is my custom menu that I made. So that's easy access to all the stuff I use. And I just put it on the back button on my pen so I can just, just pop it up wherever the heck I want it. And then the only other ones I use is like C is in cat or color selection. That's it. That's pretty much it. So there's your little run through of my hotkeys. A lot of people will use hotkeys for brushes, like B and then just like up, whatever. But when I was working at Disney, I liked to put my cintiq in my lap, and it had buttons on it on the sides, and I would put all a small amount of hotkeys in those little buttons, and I would put, this cintiqs usually have, well, you can kind of see it on this tablet here. I don't know if you can see that. It has a ring on it. Put a ring on it. It has a ring on it, and I set that ring to a whole number of things like cycle layers, brush size, rotate. I usually keep it on brush size, and then it just kind of, I can wheel it up and down. I can even set it to going up and down my subtools, all these different things. And then, oh, of course, there's Control Z, right? Undo. So I'll do undo on one of the buttons. And then I have everything I need, and I can slide my tray away. That way I can get a really nice posture where I can sculpt for hours without getting fatigued, right? So that was my ultimate kind of workspace. Yeah, this is not a hotkey laden program. It can be if you want, but it's not. Sure. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah, mouth. Oh, funny. Violence is the answer. So here's what we're doing. Again, my new favorite brush is this Move Infinite. That way I can just do whatever I want directly from the side and not care if I'm creating peaks and valleys in the middle that I'm gonna have to fix later, okay? So I'm just gonna grab this, push this in, pull this through. Oh my gosh, what is it? Starting to look like a mouth. And like name that tune in like 3 moves. All of a sudden it's a folded over mouth. See how it shoots all the way through? I don't have to worry about it. And I just need to get that flow. That's what I mean by brute force. Just fold it. Fold it like origami. Okay. But now, as you'll notice, I'll mess up my geo. So you're using Intuos now? I feel like I left out when everyone uses cintiq. Well, I'm not home right now. I'm on a vision quest, so to speak. So I'm using what I have available, and it's so Intuos, they're portable, and I'm on a laptop, so it's portable. So I'm still doing my streaming thing, not using my cintiq because I'm not home. That's all. Don't be all hung up on again, don't get hung up on the tools. Don't get hung up on the tricks. Don't get hung up on the tools. Use what you have available. That's all there is to it. Okay? It's not the brushes. Like Panda, the Panda's dad, right? Kung Fu Panda. There is no secret sauce, right? There's no secret sauce. Just do it. The cintiq is not going to make you a better artist. Ashley can back me up on this. Okay, let's see. Zero mesh. Go down to like a 2. Oh, I forgot to apply this. I use an Intuos sometimes. Instead of my cintiq, I have them both plugged in. It isn't the tool. Yes. Besides sitting up straight, the Intuos is good for you. It is. It is. And the fact that this has buttons on it, where my cintiq has a remote, and I'm not a fan of that remote. I'm going to try some things with some magnets to see if I can get it to stick and work, but for the most part, I'm not really the biggest fan of that thing. Okay. Let's try it again at a 1. Spent the budget on better monitors because I was afraid I wouldn't like the cintiq. Nothing wrong with that. Cintiqs will set you back. That is for sure. I had to work up to the one I have now. Like, I started with a pretty small one, and then because that's all I could afford at the time. And then I sold it. I used the money that I sold it for, and then I bought the next level up because I could afford just a little bit more. And then I sold that one, and then I have the one that I have today. So it's not like I just bankrolled into the one I have. I'm gonna half this. That's better. Okay. Personally, I prefer the Intuos. A pen display made sculpting for long periods hard. It does. Just like anything in life, there's goods and bads to everything. Nothing's perfect, right? And for me, with my cintiq, it's like first world problems, right? But my hand gets in the way of what I'm sculpting, right? I can't always see because my hand's in the way. And with an Intuos, it's not. There is a disconnect though, so that's the bad thing about having an Intuos is the stroke. It might take you a few times to make the perfect stroke. If you're trying to do a super perfect, like an arc or something, like an eyebrow line or something like that, and you're just trying your hardest, turn on lazy mouse, but it might take you a few times to get it right. With the cintiq, the connection is 1-to-1, so it might only take you once. That's why I tell people a cintiq will speed you up, but it won't necessarily make you a better artist, if that makes sense. So the reason I could get the cintiq I have because I got lucky one day. An Amazon sale for 50% off. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. You could buy 10 of those things and make some money. 50% off. I've never heard of such a thing. Yeah, they know what they want for those things, that's for sure. And then you got to buy a base of some sort. you know, to set the thing on. It's almost as ridiculous as that Mac monitor stand. $800 or something for a stand. The cintiq one makes more sense because there's so much weight to it to hold the cintiq up, but it's not aluminum. And it's heavy, so it takes up a lot of desk real estate, and it's heavy, like heavy. And it made my desk bow. I have a standing desk, goes up and down, again for back issues. If you're spending more, you know, if you're spending 8 hours at a desk a day, you want to pay attention to your body. If it's telling you you're sitting too much, or you want to stand, right? So listen to it. It is. It is. It's got a kind of a frowny goat guy. Hey there, Tuatera. How's it going? Hard to sculpt at home when you worked on Disney. Equipment-wise, or did you have pretty much the same setup? They did have nice equipment there. I had a similar setup, but it wasn't quite as nice, but it was just as capable, if that makes sense. So I didn't really miss it too much. Okay, I don't want to close his mouth all the way, but just a little bit. How do you set it up where the subtools already have good topology? I honestly, I don't really care about topology too much. The only topology I care about is to keep it clean and smooth. That's the only thing I'm after. So to do that, I just Z-remesh it. That's what I'm doing. I can't speak to brands because I've only used Wacom in my career. But I've heard from my students that the others are absolutely capable, and all I say is get a tablet of some sort. Don't try sculpting with a mouse. That's all. Please. Please and thank you. That guy's got this droopy snout. Bigger. Except no, I have no idea what you're, if you're even saying anything. What are you saying? I apologize, I don't speak the language. Okay. I might only get this guy blocked out today. What time? Let's see, we've got an hour. Okay, we'll get further than that. Yeah, like Neil said, foot to the floor sculpting, because if you're trying to sculpt, a mouse doesn't have pressure sensitivity. So if you click, it's 100%, right? There's no in between. It's like driving a car with a toggle switch. You know, you can't, it's either full gas or full stop. You couldn't drive a car that way. And the same with sculpting. You think character design skills are closely guarded? No, not at all. Not in my experience anyway. I don't know why they would. I don't know why they would. It's just it's just like learning anything. Like learning how to sculpt. You just learn how to design characters. Learning how to play the guitar. You got to practice. It helps to have a good instructor, that's for sure. Put this off. Yeah, Steven Silver is a great one. Mitch Leaway is another great one. They hold nothing back. Schoolism. Bobby Chiu's Schoolism. All the character designers there. They're sharing all their information. Just gotta look. It's out there. Yeah, and then you'll find your style, right? There's, you know, you'll find your own personal tendencies, and you'll lean towards a certain style eventually. That's one thing, is don't focus on trying to find your style. Just do art, and style will come. That's a lot of people's misconception. I don't know what my style is. I don't. It's like something you're trying to, like a treasure hunt or something. Like, no, it's just your life experiences and just the way you execute. That is your that's you. Not like you don't search for your style, you just find it. Get there. And then it's in constant flux the rest of your life. Like my good friend Mel Milton, he's constantly changing up his style because he'll find something that he enjoys doing, and then he'll just explore that many times over. Until he's a little tired of it, and then I'll try something else. Oh, geez, man, I'm sorry about that. That's no fun. I wish you a good recovery. Yeesh. So, Ashley, are you still here? I was just going to ask her about her quote unquote style, because if I were to guess, I think it stemmed from, if you've ever seen her streams, she does these amazing monsters, but they're all based on like real animal anatomy and real musculature and how things work and stuff like that for the most part. And so in my mind, I feel like she just went down the path of finding reference of things like bugs and creatures and all that sort of stuff, and just really studied how like connections were made, like how wings connect to bodies and how arms, you know, the muscles around arms connect to wings and things like that. And then stored it in her brain and then regurgitate it when it comes time to sculpt it, right? So she's, for the most part, she's exploring with shapes and just pulling stuff out. And then if she's like, oh yeah, these will be some nice wings, and then she already knows how that wing would connect to that body, and that's why it looks believable. And that's where her style came from, I believe. It's just from her natural interest in those things and her study of them, and then her figuring out how to make them work. Oh, I thought this was the front, but I think that works. I need to twist them a little bit. Hey, Battle Bears, welcome. Yay. Back. Yeah, I heard about that. Even though it's an Easter egg hunt, I still have like 129 people watching. Oil and Shane? Yes, I did. Thank you. I'm taking my time with this one. Usually I'm like speedy trying to get done, but for this one, I'm gonna just, hope you guys don't mind, but I'm slowing it down a little bit and just making sure my shapes are solid. Thanks. These eyes are interesting. They're really close together. Hey, what's up, Angry? How you doing, man? It's been a while. Curious about the course? Ask anything. I actually have a lot of students in here right now, so they can tell you if it's worth it or not. But if you have any specific questions, let me know. Also, the course he's talking about, I teach an online course. If you're interested in learning how to create characters like this, it's been going on for 4 years. I have lots and lots of students in there sharing information, critiques, and the like. And it's what I do full time now. So all my time is dedicated to that, other than these live streams. So comics, no, I need to go home first where my 3D printers are, but I do want to. And I'm currently working on putting together 2.0 at the moment. So it's a great time to join us. Join us. Also, if you like this user interface and these brushes, I give them away for free over on the same website, 3dcharacterworkshop.com. You can find those, all the information over there. Thanks, guys. Have the best students. All right. This is, you can still see the circle and stuff in there. I'm trying to evaluate how this is built, but working out so far. Just a bit. you know what? So, and my it's great because my students are always watching out for me and watching out for, like, there's a long time ago when I first launched the course, somebody pirated it and stuck it out there, and it drove me crazy. I didn't know what to do about it, but people are like watching out, and as soon as they see it, they're like, it's here, ask them to take it down. And yesterday, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, somebody had the nerve to put that old version, the old version, back on YouTube. They put it on YouTube, for crying out loud. I'm like, really? YouTube? Jeez, that takes some guts. It's like a cult in here. All my followers in here. Yeah, it's do it, join us. Well, if you're not a student now, you will be. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, but you just file a copyright claim and it was taken down the same day. YouTube's great about that stuff. It's the other places that are hard to deal with. So my philosophy to fight against piracy was just make so much content that somebody would have to be nuts to sit and actually record it all. It's so far so good. Will I be having another? No, that sales, honestly, Lucas, unfortunately, my sales are done. That's another story. But yeah, I'm not going to be doing any more coupons. In fact, I'll be raising the prices soon because I've essentially tripled the content since I first made the course 4 years ago, 3.5. So it's worth so much more than I charge right now that I'm gonna, I should have done a long time ago, but I'm gonna be raising the prices. So if you guys want to hear the coupon story, with Kajabi, the place where I host my course, you can do coupons for your course to do, like I would do like a Black Friday sale, just testing those waters and that kind of stuff. And oh, thanks, Hanzo. So what happens is if you go to checkout, like you're going to buy something and you go to checkout and you see enter coupon code here and you don't have one, what's the first thing you do? You go to Google and you Google coupon codes, right? So there are these sites that are called like Coupons R Us or some crap like that, and they will go gather all these coupons and then they'll put it on their site. And so when people Google for a coupon, you will go to their site rather than get the coupon from the creator. And then they'll sign up as an affiliate. So an affiliate gets a percentage of the sale, right? And I had this company, like, because I don't offer anybody affiliates other than I was just trying it out, just the beta of it for like, I had like 3 different people on there just to try it out because I really want to give back to my students and have them, you know, if they're going to make some course sales, make a percentage. They deserve it, right? So I was just trying it out and seeing how it worked. But apparently, you can find those affiliate links secretly, like through the back door. So they found this affiliate link. They found my coupons, and then they sold a bunch of my courses with their coupon, and then they were coming to me saying, look at all the sales we made. And I'm just like, what? How? What? And oh, anyway, I had to get my lawyers involved and it was a mess. So that was like That was my coupon woes through that. So yeah, Blitz, because you get live like you get live reviews, and you can have other people reviewing your characters. It's not enough just to know the workflow. You got to get feedback on your stuff to know if it's good or not, right? So that's where the most benefit comes in, I think, from the community and through the reviews. I do live Q&As at least once a month, and I review characters and stuff like that, and get your questions answered if you're hitting roadblocks. And then there's also you can watch me do full characters from start to finish, including texturing and retopology and UVs, 3D printing, rendering, all the stuff I don't cover here. Yeah, James, that's it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Those sons of biscuits. Riding off the coattails. It reminds me of those little fish swimming alongside the sharks, just waiting for the little giblets, you know? Yeah, I don't do the same thing in the course. This is a taste. If I gave away the farm here, why would you buy the course? There's no reason. Plus there's examples and text and like pictures to follow and hotkeys and all sorts of stuff. Is this a goat or a deer? You can't tell? It's a goat. I guess it could be an antelope, but these horns, it's like a deer, or it's a goat. Yeah, I'll fix this mouth later. I need to leave it open so when I stitch it all together, I can Z-remesh it. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Yeah, Nightbot's getting mad at you. Yes, you would need the full version of ZBrush. 99% of the course, I would say, 98% of the course is ZBrush. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing here? Let's stitch these puppies together so we can get fix this head. That's what I want to do. Finish off this head. I should probably save it. Yeah. Here. There it is. Yep, cool. Okay, let's see. Thanks for asking the questions. Yeah, what Neil said, but not as fluently. Yes, I did. Yes, I do. Let's see. leave these ears separate. Connect. Oh, there it is. Sometimes I forget where my own stuff is. Why did I do that? Oh. I'm dumb. All right, let me try that again. I merged it back with the body like a dummy. All right, I want to merge it with the face. Okay, merge this with this. Okay, try it again. There we go. When are they going to live the live sculpt off topic? I'm not sure. Neither, Justin. It's something else. But you can, honestly, you can do it anywhere you want. Let's see. Yes, I have lost weight. Thanks. And I don't know. I don't work for Pixologic. I'm a volunteer here, so I don't have those answers. Okay, let's go. Union. Yeah, he's pretty tired of chewing on that grass. That's pretty good. I'm just testing out Sculptus Pro here. I'm gonna smooth these areas. A little bit down. Anatomy and rigging, cool. I do have a full stylized anatomy section as well. You can check out. I do not cover rigging. That's about the only thing I don't cover is rigging. It's too much. No, I don't have time. I'm just looking at these. Just wanted to look at. I want to make him super, super tired looking like this. So, all right. I just wanted to zoom in and see what his eyes actually look like. Let's see. But I encourage you to, if you'd like. Doing a sculpt a day is a little overwhelming, so I would do like one every 3 or 4 days, maybe. Yeah, just I used to. I was a technical artist for Rigger for about a year and a half of my career, and I was an animator for 5 years, and then the rest was a character modeler, essentially. Okay. I rigged characters for a Game Boy game called Narnia. Like, it was like a. Jason, did you work on that with us? Yeah, Prince Caspian, Narnia. Remember that? Yeah, okay, I thought so. You know, that's honestly the reason I left animation is because of the technical aspects of it got tiresome. I got really, really burnt out on it. Because you're not just animating, you also have to make it work in the game. Yeah, Ultimate Band. Hey, Jace, would you mind finding an image of that Narnia game we worked on and post it in the chat? Would you please? Jason J. Newkirk, he's also an animator, rigger, modeler, all around awesome feller. I worked with him, I first met him in Seattle, working at a place called No Wonder, like KNO. And we worked on a game called Brother Bear, the Disney movie Brother Bear. It was just a PC kids game. We modeled I made a moose, and then I rigged him up and made him. You remember that, Jace? No, I didn't work on the film. I worked on the game. But I have met and hung out with Aaron from time to time. He's a great guy. He just got back from Africa. A little safari. He's got a Steve Irwin level of love of animals. That guy. Oh, you found it. Awesome. There you go. Yeah, James, your Spider-Man turned out great. Okay, for this, I'm going to change over to a different surface so I can see. I want to add some detail, just some, I want to roughly cut in some eyelids here. Got, okay, half an hour. Because part of this is that really sketchy look. Yeah, so when I first worked at Avalanche, I kind of got in through the back door. And what that means is I'd been trying to get on Avalanche. Avalanche is a studio in Salt Lake City. They first started by making ports, like game ports, like Rugrats, and but then they made their own game called Tak and the Power of Juju. That was their kind of claim to fame at the time, and that got the eye of Disney. And so Disney came in and purchased them. And every time I switched companies, I worked for like Glyphix and Sony and Acclaim and all these other companies, and every single time I would make a move, I'd try to get on an Avalanche, and just either the timing wasn't right, or my skills weren't high enough, or just a number of different things. So finally, and it was right after they'd gotten acquired by Disney, I tried to get on there again, and they really wanted to hire me, but again, they didn't have the seats space. So they had just made this company called Fall Line, and it was a kind of a sister company under the same umbrella. And this is when the Wii just barely came out, and the goal was to make a company that was specifically meant to make games for the Nintendo, for the Wii, with that motion involved and stuff. So that's where I started for it wasn't Avalanche, it was Fall Line. They were owned by the same company and the same management, so to speak. And then when Nintendo started to dissolve a little bit, they realized that it wasn't that the best idea to have a separate company. Why isn't this working? So they essentially gobbled back up Fall Line back into Avalanche, laid off a handful of people, which was unfortunate. And then, but I was one of the ones that was able to move on to Avalanche, and that's how I got hired on there. And at the time, I was the lead character artist on a project that never saw fruition called Jabberwocky. And Jabberwocky, we had such love for that game. That was going to be, it was before How to Train Your Dragon came out. It was very, very similar to that in story, with a kid and a monster, and the tug of war between them, just like How to Train Your Dragon. And you can see a trailer for it. That's the only thing that really exists for it, done by Blur Studios. And so if you look up Jabberwocky by Blur Studios, it's a fantastic trailer. Just amazing. It makes you wonder why they ever canceled it. So anyway, I was sad to see that one go, but then there's a Jabberwocky trailer. Not to pull you guys all away from this and watch that, but I recommend you go watch that. Stop what you're doing. Check it out. I need to increase this. No worries, Jace. Thanks. That's fun to tell backstories. It's fun. I would love to have the credits as lead character artist on that game, right? Jeez Louise. I was also lead character artist on HBO Boxing, which never saw the light of day. That stuff just happens in the game industry, you know. Company just decides, you know what, this isn't worth our time. We're gonna kill it. I'm spending way too long on these wrinkles. I'm telling my story. Then I started working on Disney games like Cars 2, Toy Story 3, or Toy Story, is it 2, 3? I don't know. Well, I started way back in, I would guess it would be around 95. I was playing with Pharrell, Ray Dream Designer, and True Space, and 3D Studio in DOS. And I was animating, or not animating, modeling stuff like bicycles and Black Widows, and just trying to figure it out. If you go way back, when I was a kid, I remember watching the news one night, and The Adventure of Wally B animated short came up on one of their little news stories. I don't know if you guys have seen that. It's a Pixar short. Came up on one of their news stories. And I was like that little kid watching it. It was kind of like from My Hero Academia. It's like you know, Midoriya sitting there watching All Might on TV. It was like that. It's like me watching Wally B on TV. It's like, that's what I want to do. That's the thing, right? It looked so amazing to me and so incredible. And I started to play with 3D as soon as I could. But then I ended up, I was going to school, community college at the time, Salt Lake Community College for graphic design. That was really getting me nowhere. And when I figured out that I wanted to do, well, I went for an interview for a game tester at Acclaim. It was it was called, it wasn't Acclaim yet. What was the name of that studio, Jace? Like Sculptured Software, same building that Acclaim was in. So I went and tested as a game test, or applied as a game tester there. And that's when I realized that they used artists there to make the games. I thought it was all programmer art, right? Because it was for the most time, or the longest time. It was just programmer art, until I realized that artists actually work there. And I'm like, well, can I talk to one of them? You know, I was like starry-eyed. And they let me talk to one of the artists, and I got to kind of pick his brain about what it takes to be an artist in the game industry. And of course, I get the old, you know, go to school for it. And so I start looking for a school, and there at the time, no schools that didn't exist. So I was kind of bummed, and then I found one in Seattle. It's called the Art Institute of Seattle, and that's actually where Jason went to, which is funny, ironic, right? And my wife at the time she worked at AT&T, and she had an opportunity to get transferred to Seattle, work at AT&T up there, and they would pay for the move. And so I'm like, sweet, we're going to Seattle, and I'm going to go to school at the Art Institute. And I was their second class through it. And as cool as it was, I learned from some amazing artists there, but it was so new and things were happening so fast that it seems like the students were learning it faster than the teachers could teach it. And so that was a little disheartening because of the money I was spending. So, but I still got a lot of benefit from it, like networking, and met a lot of great people, and I have a degree, you know, not the degree, a degree really doesn't matter too much in this industry. Your your portfolio is king. I'll just say that. So you can get away with not going to an expensive art school. Let's see, what am I doing? I need to yeah, I'm actually, I'm working really hard on this new product called the Acceleration Program, which is supposed to, quote unquote, kind of replace expensive box art schools. Not schools like Gnomon and CalArts and stuff like that. I'm talking about schools that are just like trying to take your money and not teaching you anything. Because nothing drives me crazier than that, right? So I'm trying to get a mentor program together with some of the top coaches in the industry and giving you access to them on a weekly basis to mentor you through your portfolio. And yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. I'll be able to announce it fairly soon. Okay. So what am I doing? Bed thickness. Because honestly, when I was going to school, that's all I needed. If I had access to mentors in the industry telling me how to put my portfolio together and how to get a job in the industry, that's all you need. You know, you don't need all the rest of that stuff. Might not be true for other industries, but for this one, that's totally true. Yes, it will be separate. It's going to be because I need to pay the coaches, and it's not lifetime access. It's like a yearly access. It's in addition to. So when you get it, you have to have the 3D character workshop first. That's where the instruction is, you know, we can refer back to it. And if you don't have it, then it comes with it. And if you do, you get that much back off of the cost. Anyway, I don't want to get into it too much, but. All right, some nice eyebrows going on here. This tired old goat. Isn't there a song called Tired Old Goat? Tired Old Goat. What we got here? Okay. He needs more of an eye socket. Kind of driving me crazy a little bit. I just figured what could I offer students that would be of the most benefit possible for the least amount possible. And I'm like, if I could get access to industry professionals that actually work where I eventually want to work, and they could tell me how to do or how to get to where they are or similar, then, you know, that's worth every penny, in my opinion. I just realized I didn't give him a nose yet. Dude needs a nose. How are you gonna smell anything? Goat. Not the goats need to smell because they just eat whatever. I'll be doing a lot more because your portfolio awesome. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's bad. I worked for a web development company, and they saw that I had some like screen printing and airbrushing background, and so they're like, "Hey, can you silk screen us some t-shirts?" And what do you say? Well, no. I don't want to. That's why I'm working here. It won't smell good. Since when has a goat smelled good, Mark? Why? Oh, funny. What I said. I want it to curl up like this. Okay, what is happening? Where did I lose my symmetry? All right, something happened here that lost symmetry. So, but this is the side I want to keep. And since it mirrors from left to right, I need to mirror it first. Boop, this. Then do a mirror and weld, boop, and then it sort of fixes it. So let's fix that. Sometimes that stuff just happens, you know? It just kind of decides, you know what, I'm not going to be symmetrical anymore. Don't know why. Just fix it. Fix it. Making marketing materials, managing social media, yeah, all that stuff. It's good to be aware of multiple hats, though. Keeps you valuable, and they'll keep you around, you know, if they know they don't have to hire somebody else to do that specific thing. Punch it, huh? Punch it right in the sculpt. There we go. He's like, "Durr." That lip needs to come way down now. There was an old goat. I got that song in my head. Wish I could remember how it goes, but I'm glad I'm not. I can't. Yeah, man. It's called job security. Man, they had me doing all sorts of stuff. You're an artist, right? Can you do this? They had me make a pop-up book, for crying out loud. A pop-up book? Okay. Try. It worked out as expected. Not the best. Not gonna lie. Like handmade pop-up book. Maybe if I could get it, like, I could have gotten it produced like a real pop-up book, it would have worked, but no. You know, bosses and their ideas. I have this new idea. They have the best of intention, but in their mind, the execution. Maybe you need to think this through a little more. Can I show you Retopo in ZBrush? Well, I'm not really at that point right now. There are some great YouTube videos out there. I would suggest looking up Michael Pavlovich. If you want to find some. Men who stare at goats. Make this video. Hey, Alex. Thank you, sir. I'm proud to say I'm at my optimal weight right now. Who would have known? Thanks, Neil. There you go. There's a link for you. Neil's middle name is Google. Thanks, Neil. How should we find a perfect reference for making 3D artwork? My favorite place to search for a good reference and get inspired is Pinterest. Pinterest is my favorite. You can go down some crazy rabbit holes. And it's all about what you like, what you enjoy as an artist. I agree, Charles. He's the best. Thank you, Neil. Yeah, I need to go lighter with this stuff. You are welcome. I actually have, if you do a search for Shane Olson art, I have several art boards that you can look at. I have one called Inspirational Characters. that's that's just my collection of art that I find cool. Yeah, it's you'll get lost in there. So be warned. It's a trap. There's a certain time when the price will change for the course. I don't have an exact time. I know it's soon, but if you're on my emailing list, if you get my emails, I haven't sent out one for a while. But if you're on my emailing list, you'll hear from me and I'll tell you that it's happening. But I would say month-ish, not weeks, right? Not weeks, like not years, like months is about the time frame. Okay, let me see. I don't feel like this. Not quite. I want to make it more. I know droopy is not the right word, but I want to droop this more. Like droop his mouth more, because he's such a sad goat, and I want to get that droop going. Okay, I'm going to use the trick. His horns are bigger than the concept. I'm going to use a trick that my good friend Ronnie showed me. And if you zoom out, grab this mask lasso. Okay, so here I'll show you. This mesh is pretty dense. Hey Amy, how you doing? So this mesh is pretty dense. If I cut across here like this, see how like sharp that mask is? Now I can come in here and go blur under masking, blur, 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 blur. But you can see different densities blur at different rates. See how this is a little tighter, this a little looser? It's because of the mesh density. So how do you get a mask across here? Oh, sorry. I've been there. How do you get a mask, a nice gradient across here? There's two ways, actually. You can get Ryan's tools, which has a really cool, it's actually image-based, where you float the image across here and define it this way. Or you can zoom way out like this. And then it's until it's hard to even see what you're doing. And then put a little mask around it like this. And look at that gradient. Ta-da! Nice and even. No blurring. There you go. Now I can bend this down. Let's go, let's use the pizza boxes. Clear this. I only want to move this and this. The nose to come along for the ride. Yeah, witchcraft. Getting close to having everything in place for the 2.0 rollout. Yep. While sculpting, what type of brush? I mean, which brush you suggest most of the time? There's no magic brush. There's no magic sauce. I use the move brush most of the time, almost all the time. Move brush, move brush, move brush. Hey, Chimera. Yeah, it's almost done, though. I have about 4 minutes. But I'm glad you could stop by. Let's see, what advice can you give me? I've just started learning digital sculpting in ZBrush. Start with the basics. Do primitive blockouts first until you can get those correct, until you can match a concept with just the blockouts. And then practice, 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 practice. Just get better and better and better. So that's my biggest advice. So I usually start 2 hours earlier than now. So 11 a.m. Pacific time has been my slot for, geez, Neil, how long has it been? More than a year? It's been a while. Okay, now I have this weird hump right here I gotta fix. Here's this one though. Without Archy curve. Sometimes when you have Sculptus Pro and you try to move something, you get these pits like this, and it's because of the mesh density right here. Again, mesh density. All right, Charles, thanks for hanging out, man. 2 p.m. if you're in the East Coast. Okay, thanks. 7 p.m. in Ireland. Ireland, yep. Okay, let's that's too small. That's better. I just need to clean this up. I can move it. I'm probably gonna make those tired eyes again. But, okay. Now I can use move, and it shouldn't give me those issues. Clean this up. 1:30 a.m. in India. Geez, dedication there. Glad you could stop by. Awesome, Battle Bear. Sounds great. Well, I think I'm going to end there. Made some pretty good progress. And we'll finish this guy up next week. I want to make this, move this down just a little bit. Not so large. Thanks, James. Doesn't quite have that lip going as much as I have it there. Alrighty, y'all, I think that will do. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I scoped an old goat. And thank you to Mark Christensen for providing the concept to this. Yeah, fantastic drawing. But check out his work if you haven't yet. It's markscartoonart.blogspot.com. Phenomenal stuff in the style of like the old school Bullwinkle, Rocky and Bullwinkle, that kind of stuff. I love his art. Love it, love it, love it. So if you're looking for some inspiration, you can find it on Mark's blog. And again, I have an online course, 3D Character Workshop. And if you like this user interface and these brushes, you can go find them at the same place. You can scroll about halfway down the page. You can see them there. So anyway, thank you all. It was, yeah, it's good. Gosh, there's still some stuff. I got to make his lower jaw wider, I think, not deeper. So you can actually see it from here. All right. All right, Amy. Thanks, you guys. You guys are amazing. Take care, and we'll see you next Monday. Happy sculpting. Cheers.